What's up, guys? The Blitz is back. I'm Charlie Winkle. That's Anthony Roberts. He's Josh Onan. Welcome to Blitz the Bookie. It is overreaction week 3 of college football, week 2 of the NFL, right about that time where people start to see a little bit something different than they saw the week before. They think the sky's falling in, they think the world's ending, and everybody starts to overreact. So this week on Blitz the Bookie, we're going to try to not overreact. Guys, y'all think that we can do that?
100%. No way we overreact at all.
I don't overreact. Do you overreact?
Dude, I tell myself every year, don't overreact. Like it's just 1 week, don't react. But I do it every year. So I think it's human nature.
So we'll try not to overreact. We're recording on Sunday night. We're sitting here watching the Ravens and the Bills. We usually record on Monday, doing a little early episode this week. Fun, and we'll kind of react to this game as it goes on. What's the score right now? 7-0?
7-0 for the good guys.
No, 7-3.
7-3 for the good guys.
7-3 for the good guys. All right, well, let's start off with college football. Anthony, I'm sure you're a little disappointed this weekend. Both of your teams lost.
They did. Disappointed, but excited for Kentucky. But I thought they could have beat Ole Miss. I thought they had 6 drops in the first half.
Did they have 6 drops?
They had a lot. They had a lot, dude. They had a lot. And Calzada had one right down the middle that I don't know if you could see on TV. There was nobody within 10, 15 yards of him. It would have been an easy touchdown. I wanted Calzada to be good. But I think it's Cutter Bowley time. When Cutter came in the game, I just think he throws a lot better ball. I think he sees the field better. I think Calzada moves a little better. Cutter will get better with time. He overthrew one that would have tied it there. It was a deep throw, but I just don't think that Calzada sees those like Cutter does. I think Cutter really throws a nice ball. So
because Calzada's so old, maybe his vision isn't as good.
Well,
He's been in college for 9 years.
I'd heard something on Calzada before he ever got to Kentucky is that one of the negatives on him is he only got one speed to throw a ball. And it's just a fastball. He never takes.
See that. There's no touch. I've seen that.
He never takes nothing off the ball. And I just feel like when Cutter got in the game, they were more catchable balls.
The confidence was 100% different.
First play, he threw that.
And the announcers even called it out, said, "Oh, he looks more comfortable than Calzada has in 2 games."
So when
it was after like 2 throws, the incomplete passes, both of them.
Yes.
Too.
So in the first game, I wasn't there, but supposedly talking to people, there was a chant that became like Cutter Bowley. For people,
I heard the same thing.
For people who know, he was hometown kid, a big recruit for us, a big get, and they've really been just grooming him for a year or two, and really I think doing a good job of that because I don't think you want to throw somebody into the fire, but I just think he has a lot more upside than the other kid, and I think he's good. But when he came in, the place, the roof fell off. If he would have completed that pass on the back of that end zone. Dude, he barely overthrew him. It would have been a hell of a pass. The first one he threw was pretty good. It was slightly outside, but he's seen it. He attacked. He threw one over the middle good. I liked what I seen. It wasn't perfect, but Ole Miss also knew we were in passing downs on those. So what we look like when they have to be more balanced. They knew we were in passing situations. It's a lot easier to defend when you're able to go, too deep or, cover 4 or something like that. So,
well, we'll get into the Kentucky game a little bit more. What was your main takeaway, college football this weekend?
For me, like you said, don't overreact. LSU looked like world beaters last week. They barely won this week, and then the same teams they beat last week struggled the first half, Clemson. But they did come back and outscore Troy 20-0. Look, at this point in the season, if you're betting, if you're watching the games, especially with the NIL and players moving around, it's guesswork. You're trying to guess who's good, who isn't. You really, in my opinion, we've talked about this last year, you need 2 or 3 weeks of just watching games, seeing what's what. And then you can start analyzing what you're seeing. At this point in the season, whether you're betting NFL or college, I just feel like it's a lot of guesswork. Do y'all feel that way about it?
Yeah, you just took my main takeaway for the weekend.
Okay.
we talked about before the show.
My main takeaway is don't bet until week 2 or 3. Week 1 is you're going off of your gut and what happened last year. And we know, especially in college football, it changes too much to just go off of what happened last year. So that is my main takeaway. Wait 2 weeks to bet because I got my ass kicked last week. Last week, 6-0 on my college picks on the show. So I think it makes a big difference after you get some data and get something to look at.
Just the eye test with seeing these players, all we do is we can read about them, watch some YouTube clips, talk about them amongst ourselves, but to actually see the players on the field and see if their speed translates to the game, if they can, react to that and be good football players like Bryce Underwood. Everybody's expecting the world out of this guy. It's funny how when the season started, like, Michigan, they paid this guy $6 million. Then after the first week, we paid this guy $10 million. I seen a TikTok today where the guy goes, we paid this guy $15 million. By the end of the year, if Michigan didn't win, this is a $100 million player. I mean,
you can't believe the numbers.
I swear, it
We've
went
said
from
that.
6 to 10. I'm not lying. There was a TikTok.
It's because they're
today.
not public.
This
It's because
guy
they're
said
not public, and
$15 million.
Yeah,
But
who cares about the numbers? We know they're all getting paid. Well, guys like that are getting big bucks.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed watching that Oklahoma-Michigan game. I thought that was well played. I didn't think Michigan called a very good game. Didn't give Bryce Underwood a lot of chance to throw the ball downfield. And also, they don't give him the opportunity for him to use his legs. There's no design runs. And you brought that up week one, how he had like 6 yards or negative 6 yards rushing. And then I thought Mateer for Oklahoma looked really good.
He did look good.
I'd read that. I was on a Michigan message board earlier, and I'd read that a lot of people feel like they have the handcuffs on Underwood right now.
I totally agree. I was going to say that.
And
then I thought that Oklahoma defense was just relentless. They looked really good. I really liked watching the game. Big home field atmosphere. It was tough for Underwood to go in there first row game.
He's in over his head. Listen, I like Michigan. He's no Jim Harbaugh. I'm going to tell you that. He's in over his head. His offense coordinator, I think they wanted him to work. He's not even nowhere near the same level of coach. No. He's just not.
Underwood 3 rushes for -1.
Yes, I mean, why? There was no design runs, no little options, not a whole lot of RPO stuff to where even he runs, he's handing it off or he's throwing it.
Do you think it's because I feel the same way about Arch Manning? Do you think it's because they got so much money invested in these guys? You think it's we don't want to get them hurt because we paid them X amount of dollars?
I hope not. If you're paying them, play them.
I'm with you. But I'm just wondering if that's it because I think both of those guys are excellent runners.
I think that's 2 different scenarios because Underwood is 18 years old, 19 years old.
He just turned 18 2 weeks ago.
True freshman. It's probably not a bad idea to kind of ease him into things. But Arch has been there for 2-3 years. So I don't think that's the same at all. Are they holding Arch back? Yeah, I do think they're holding him back a little bit, but I don't think they should. I think Michigan probably smart to maybe hold him back a little bit as the season goes on, let him progress, and take some more chances.
I've heard people say that this Underwood, they think he's the best recruit in the last 10 years, that he's like well above his years throwing the ball.
Hey,
he's legit.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
He flicks that wrist and that ball flies. Dude, I seen him throw one it was about a 40, 50-yard throw, and it looked like he was just flicking it, man. I mean, he's got an arm.
Look, I'll say this, and I've said it the whole show. I like Arch. I do not think Arch should be a great NFL quarterback. He just don't like a pocket passer to me. I'm not saying you got to be that in the NFL, but I've never been just wowed by Arch's throwing ability. Now, I think he's a dynamic runner, and when you add that with the ability, I do think he's a decent thrower. And I think when you add that together, you make a hell of a college quarterback. You make a lot of money in college now. So,
Josh, you made a good point. I think right after it happened, and the announcers didn't even mention it, it looked like he might have been hurt a little bit.
Yeah, there was a play. They showed it during the game where Arch kind of throws a little slant across the middle, and he totally misses the receiver. And the announcers mentioned that his footwork just looked terrible. We just watched the video a few minutes ago. When Arch throws it, you see like a wince, like something's hurt in his elbow or his shoulder. And the announcers never mentioned that. They talked about his footwork. We watched it, 3-step drop. He steps into the throw, makes a face like something hurt.
Footwork looked good on that. I don't know what the announcers were talking about.
He stepped into the throw, and then you see him kind of make a face that he's in pain.
Is he faking hurt?
I don't know. I mean, but I seen some other, I went down the internet rabbit hole after Ohio State.
Okay.
And someone said, you go down the comments, and the guy goes, he thought he heard Arch had like was it your ACL sprain or something in your shoulder or elbow, and they kind of been hiding it and keeping it on the radar. That is completely, made up. Just somebody mentioned that, and I kind of was watching the game to see his mechanics. If you kind of look, he's been throwing stuff kind of sidearm sometimes.
He does do that.
With his dad getting hurt, and going to, everybody knows that story, Cooper, but God, I would be so surprised by that. I did see a thing where Arch, the high school competition he played against was really low-level stuff. It was almost like 1A level stuff.
Derrick Henry is eating them alive.
Derrick Henry's a monster. He's a monster. But, yeah, the competition he's playing against in high school wasn't that great. Look, I think the kid's a good kid. I think he's a good player. I'm not going to back off that. Give him some time, and
let's find out if he really is hurt. Maybe he is.
I saw those videos. I saw those videos too of his competition. But you can't tell me that like Michael Bush or like Brian Brom at Male and Trinity playing against Shawnee didn't look, Shawnee or DeSales or some other, lower 2A.
I think that happens a lot in football because it's not, you don't have that travel football deal like you do in basketball. You got the AAU circuit.
It's hard to grade
all the top guys are playing the top guys. Football's not like that.
Well, that's why you see more buzz.
You truly have powerhouse high school football teams playing teams that have no chance to beat them. So,
well, they were saying, I seen a stat this week. They were talking about Derrick Henry. He's just making these runs here. How long has he been in the NFL? 9 years. He's still in high school. He ran for like 12,000 yards.
Oh, there's plenty.
He's still 2,000 yards short of what he did in high school.
You imagine trying to tackle it?
That's a crazy stat right there.
I'm dead serious. He had like 12,000 yards in high school.
In Kentucky, I remember old Derek Homer. If y'all remember Derek Homer.
Sean Alexander.
But Sean Alexander made it. Derek Homer didn't. He broke all kinds of records.
What's that score now?
It's about to be 17-7.
17-7. Ever since we started, Baltimore is running all over Buffalo right now.
It's hard to stop.
All right, so touchdowns and fumbles.
My fumble is, as of now, I'm still believing the kid, but I got to own it right now, and that's DJ Lagway and the Florida Gators.
Make sure you look in the camera.
I'll make sure when we get to Daniel Jones, we look in the camera on that one, Charlie.
Daniel Jones is
Daniel Jones, he's been telling me that for years. I took the unpopular opinion there, the very unpopular opinion.
Get back to your boy.
So they got beat by South Florida, but I'm going to tell you, I think South Florida's the story of college football right now. They really are. 2 top 25 wins on the road. The weather was nasty. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it didn't. DJ Lagway missed a lot of offseason time. He didn't get to play in the spring game. But it looks like South Florida's legit. So it ain't like they dominate them. Their season's not over. It wasn't even a conference game. If they're good enough, they'll still be there. Did the weather mess with them? Did DJ Lagway not playing? Or maybe South Florida's just that team. They beat Boise by 30 at home. And Boise was number 25-24. So I think they got something going on down there in South Florida.
Florida only put up 16, and they were at home. So my issue is you about to hit a SEC schedule and you're only putting up 16 at home against South Florida. Yeah, maybe South Florida's good, but their defense ain't what they're about to see in the next 8 weeks. It doesn't even look like Lagway played bad. 23 for 33 for 222.
Yeah, but what about this, though? What about maybe South Florida's just that good? They beat Boise, but these are both road wins. I mean, I know it's hard to imagine a team in one of those conferences being good, but there's always a team like that pops up every once in a while. And if you're not prepared for a team like that and you mentally don't come into that game ready, that's a big advantage. And if they're really good as well.
My main takeaway, I didn't like the body language of Florida as a team.
I get it.
I don't know if that's a reflection of the coach, because
we're
talking about Napier being on the hot seat. Got Grammatica's son out there from Tampa Bay, kicking that game-winning field goal in Florida's pretty neat little angle on that game. But I just did not like the body language.
It's up and down because the body language was really good at the end of last year with them. So I guess it depends how you're doing.
Well, they were winning. They were successful.
That's right.
You're right. They were getting punched in the mouth. Maybe they didn't like it.
Well, my touchdown from this week was JMU and Louisville. I told you they would give them a scare. They did give them a scare until late in the fourth quarter. But I don't know if either one of them teams are very good. I know we talked about that, Josh. The Brown kid again for Louisville. He broke that big one.
But he wasn't doing nothing until then.
He wasn't, but he is a big play threat. He is fast as shit.
If he gets past the linebackers, it's over.
The big plays is really what made it for Louisville. They had the fumble for a touchdown.
Yep.
What I didn't like for Louisville is you didn't see a lot of steady drives. And I think that's one of the key things you're looking for, a good team, a team that can have steady. Anybody can make a big play every once in a while. But I like a team that's able to march the ball down the field, make first down. Big plays are great, and you need them. But to me, Louisville was saved by some big plays.
And it would have been better if that quarterback for JMU would have just took the safety versus, trying to make a play and fumbling.
Oh, yeah.
He should just took the safety, took the 2 points, give the ball back, maybe get a turnover, maybe stop him.
Josh, I always say that. I tell my son that. You ever get that situation, kick it out the back of the end zone, do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I got issues with the play calling for sure, because I talked on this show last week about the backup quarterback, Sluka. He actually got a lot more playing time than he did in week 1, but it was just quarterback draw after quarterback draw.
Did he attempt a pass?
They would not let it. Maybe one, like a 2-yard pass to the line of scrimmage. They would not let the kid throw the ball. I saw his numbers at Holy Cross. He put up big numbers on the ground and in the air. Either let him throw, or if you don't have faith in him throwing, don't put him in so much, because they were putting him in a lot. And it was run after run after run. And they got the ball back there with, 5 minutes left, down 6 or 7, 2 runs in a row, 3rd and 7, quarterback draw up the middle, no gain, punt, game was over. And then Brown broke off the long run, I think, right after that. JMU's coach, their head coach.
Yes.
I know we were kind of talking, I'd like to see him at Kentucky. But
Yes.
I did look up. He does not call the plays, because if he would have been calling the plays, I would have scratched that real quick, because the play calling was awful for James Madison. Their offensive coordinator is terrible. Either play the kid and let him throw, or let the other kid just be the quarterback, because he wasn't bad. The other kid actually wasn't that bad. He was throwing the ball okay.
Some coaches and some offensive coordinators are just conservative. I mean, but that's their game plan, is to play defense. You might be an offensive guy. Some people, that's their thing, is we're going to stay physical, play defensive football and try not to make mistakes. And
They
it's
just
hard.
wouldn't let the kid throw the ball. Let Sluka cook, man.
I was hoping that they were doing this to maybe set something up for later.
The announcers
suck the defense in, and you
Yeah.
burn them deep, and they did not do that.
Never did.
I thought on that 3rd and 7 or whatever it was, I was like, here we go. Little, maybe an RPO, maybe a quarterback jabs forward and then steps back, throws something over the top, but nothing.
Would not let him do
Let me tell
it.
you a good angle I seen that I never really thought about before. Kentucky, late in the game against Ole Miss there, when Ole Miss was trying to put it away, he brought in a quarterback. Their quarterback got hurt, and this guy was ultra fast. I don't hate that angle if you got a quarterback, and just say he's okay. You can't take a superstar out, but just say he's just kind of middle of the road. But once your defense is tired at the end of the game, bring in a lightning quick quarterback that can do some, read options and stuff like that. When your defense is tired, that's a lot harder to defend. That guy was lightning quick, and with that defense being a little tired, it's not a bad coaching strategy, really. I'd like to see maybe more teams try that.
Louisville got lucky. James Madison, their play calling wasn't as bad late in the game, especially late in the game. They could have won that game. I know. Would Louisville win by
14?
14.
Was it
20? They got down the 1 yard line.
No, it was 28 to 14.
Yeah, I think
but
it was 14, but it was
14.
not. The score was it was a lot closer than that.
And that team ended on the 1 yard line. They just ran out of time down there. So
The
it was
damn-
pretty
the
much a
damn-
1 score game.
The possession with 5 minutes left cost them. But I did hit that. James Madison, I don't know how good they really are, and I'm not really sure how good Louisville is either. So we'll find out. My fumble, saying Clemson was going to go undefeated the rest of the way. Clemson sucks. Klubnik sucks. That's not an overreaction, is it?
Keep going. Cook.
They were in trouble.
Troy's traditionally decent, but they did outscore them 20-0 third quarter. So, I mean, but I'm with you. Maybe that was a wake-up call for them.
I do like that they came storming back in the fourth quarter, and I think they ran off like 20 or 24 unanswered.
20 in a row.
They went 27-16 or something like that. So they took over in the fourth quarter, but man, I was eyeing that thing up. I know I texted you guys a couple times. That was very surprising. That was my fumble, man. I'm coming off Clemson going undefeated the rest of the way. If you want to call it an overreaction, maybe it is. Who knows what that says about Clemson or LSU?
There are so many angles you can take right
know.
now. How good's Florida
Come
State?
on, let's overreact.
Alabama looked great this week, but then how good's Florida State? They rolled somebody out of the stadium in the NIL era, guys. Every year's a new year. Maybe Florida State's setting on a monster. I mean, seriously, it's crazy.
We don't know yet.
Sounds.
We don't know yet.
They could be. Alabama could look back and think, well, we were playing the best team in the country. They sure look good again this week. Alabama was supposed to be good. Maybe Alabama is good. They just ran into a juggernaut and probably underprepared for them as well. So
it's hard to scout a team like that.
It is.
At week 1, you don't know what they have.
I'm telling you, it is guesswork right now. You can research it and feel good about it, but a lot of it you don't know until you see it on the field.
You got the eye test.
Yeah.
You got to pass the eye test.
I bet on Alabama because I knew everybody else was overreacting.
Kalen DeVore had to win, son. He had to win. He had to win.
He was going to lose to Louisiana Monroe.
Josh, what was your big touchdown?
I loved Oklahoma over Michigan. The game kind of went how I thought it would go. Bryce Underwood in his first game on the road, played like a freshman. I don't think his coach gave him much of a chance. I mean, the first 2 possessions were run, screen, punt. Next possession, run, screen, punt. That's just not giving your young quarterback who you've paid $27 million
Just went up again.
You're paying a guy $32 million and you don't let him throw.
I can't believe he ain't on the hot seat yet.
This is going up by the minute.
Yes. It's just like a rolling tally of money.
Speaking of Mateer, he looked really good. And you know who he reminded me of was Jackson Arnold.
Okay.
Throwing it around, running all over the place. I think he had up almost 100 yards or over 100 yards and a couple touchdowns on the ground. I got to see more of him because it's really the first time I've watched that kid play. But he did remind me of Jackson Arnold in some ways.
And there's not a window he won't throw it into. He took some chances late in the game where he shouldn't have, but he throws the ball hard. Didn't have a whole lot of touch. He throws a lot of just line drives, catching kids on the seam. But I like his game a lot. He's fun to watch.
Michigan, I better get rid of Sharon Moore.
Now, we just did a buy or sell 2 weeks ago, and you bought Sharon Moore.
I didn't buy Sharon Moore.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Run the tape. Run the tape.
I'll run it back.
Run it back. Run it back. Let's don't even get talking about it.
We did a buy or sell.
I did not buy Sharon Moore.
Sharon Moore, buy or sell. Is he the right guy for Michigan?
I don't think he's the right guy, but I'm going to buy because I think they're going to put all the right resources around him.
I think I bought him.
I think we all three bought him.
I've never been a Sharon Moore guy. I'm a Michigan guy, but I do not like Sharon Moore.
The camera's running.
Hey, we got some homework for the listeners out there. Find our hot takes on Sharon Moore, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
I bet Oklahoma. I know I picked Michigan, but I bet Oklahoma. Y'all can believe that or not.
All right, let's get into these games for this week. We are starting off, since we've already been talking about them, early game on Saturday. Clemson travels to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's got a good team. Anthony, how you feeling about this one? Is this an overreaction?
No,
Clemson rolls.
Clemson rolls.
Georgia Tech's good.
I think Clemson wakes up. I still believe they're a really good team. They just weren't ready for the start of the season. But, they ran into LSU. But I'm still buying Clemson.
Georgia Tech with Haynes King.
Yeah, he's good, dude.
At 12 o'clock, early game on the road for Clemson. Getting 6.5 points. I'm thinking like Dabo's going to need to hit the portal more. I'm not liking what I've seen the last 2 weeks. He's trying to do it the old school way. Let's see if this works out for him.
They got talent.
Yeah, Georgia Tech 2-0. They kind of got hyped a little bit this year. I know they're not ranked, but I heard a lot of people talking about them as a sleeper in the ACC. They've got a good offense over there at Georgia Tech. This is at Georgia Tech. They're coming off of I'm not going to call it a big win, but going to Colorado across the country for Georgia Tech, I think that's a solid win for them.
That was a standalone game on national TV. That was like a Thursday or Friday night game.
Yeah, and they're coming back home. I'm sure the place will be hopping. Clemson, what are they? Lost in week 1, but of course that was to a LSU team who we're still trying to figure out how good they are too. But Clemson struggled last week, so I think this is going to be a big test for Clemson.
Here's what I want to see from Clemson. I want to see those 2 defensive linemen, the top 10 picks. It's Peter Parker and Clark Kent, the 2 superheroes. But those 2 guys, I want to see them be top 10 picks. What are they? Parker Woods and
Peter Parker.
Clark Kent,
Woods, and Parker.
Let's just call them Clark Kent and Peter Parker.
I like that.
We need them to be superheroes. We called them Spider-Man and Superman.
Oh, yeah, the eye of the tiger, baby. The eye of the tiger.
So
Listen, Atlanta's not that far of a drive for Clemson. I wonder how many fans they'll have there.
Is it? Oh, okay. That isn't.
A noon game on the road. I remember, you hear some teams like those noon games because you don't sit around on the road and wait all day. But man, I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of people at Georgia Tech watching this. It's gonna be a boring atmosphere. Maybe
I
think they'll be there. I think they'll be there. It's in Atlanta.
I think Georgia Tech fans and their team probably has high hopes this year.
Yeah, I'll say this.
All 12 of them.
I think them. I think that
12th and a half.
Stephon Marbury.
Yeah.
They big play after big play. Baltimore's.
Did Buffalo just score?
Field goal 17.
I think that elite defensive line is a bad matchup for Georgia Tech because I'm a big believer whenever you have a really athletic quarterback runs that style offense, the kryptonite for those kind of teams is having guys that are really athletic on the defensive line, guys that can go out there and stop them from making those quick pitches and stuff like that. And I think it's just a bad matchup for Georgia Tech from a matchup standpoint. I think Clemson's defensive line should be able to eat in this game. So
Clemson's D line, Georgia Tech, I do think they got a good team, but if Clemson's got you saying those guys are first round picks,
That's what we were predicting earlier.
Two top 10
Top 10 picks for
two
the
top 10 picks
for the two superheroes.
Well, they should work against Georgia Tech.
I hope so. Let's see. That's what I want to see.
All right, next game, Wisconsin at Alabama. Bama's on a bounce back. 70. How many points they score? Like
They
50, 60? Did they score 70?
Were they in the 70s too?
It was up there. It was up there. They rolled.
18.5-point favorite.
You know, I've always
I haven't seen Wisconsin play this year. Have you?
Yeah, they're 2-0.
They haven't played nobody.
They played Miami, Ohio. They won 17-0. They played Middle Tennessee. They won 42-10.
Okay. I've always been kind of a Wisconsin guy, but I'm gonna still buy on Alabama. They bounced back this week, had a good win. I just don't think they were ready for Florida State. I think Florida State surprised the whole country. I talked about South Florida being the talk of the season. I think probably Florida State's got to probably even be more of the talk of the season. We talk about a lot on this show that, especially in the portal where that every season's a new season. Like you cannot really go by the year before, especially coaches like Norvell that brings in a lot of portal players. Look, we dogged him, we ragged him. We were wrong. He brought in looks like an elite team, guys. And I'm sure he's got a lot of revenge and a lot of ass kicking on his mind. So I think Florida State's good. Alabama bounced back after losing to them. I like the Alabama's team. Of course, after they lost to Florida State, I second guess myself, but I still like what they got.
DeBoer got out of protective custody for 3 hours on Saturday, but now he's back in protective custody.
You think
because they do not give a shit about that win down in Alabama.
You think his wife kissed him and said, "Sweetheart, go win, please."
Trust me, Alabama. Who'd they play?
Louisiana Monroe.
Alabama fans could give a shit less about what happened on Saturday. They're still thinking about 2 weeks ago.
That's to make them feel better.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But and then Florida State looked like he lead again this week. So I mean, listen, they were at the all-time low. You just got your ass kicked, but now maybe you realize the guy kicked your ass is going to kick everybody's ass.
That win did not get him out of protective
I agree
custody.
with that. It might got him out of protective custody, but now he's like they're guarding his house with freaking guns.
This will be a step up here against Wisconsin from who'd you say? Who was it?
Louisiana Monroe. They
won which are typically good.
73-0.
This will be a step up, but Alabama fans won't care if they beat Wisconsin either. Just to be honest, they won't.
I think if they get a good win,
I think
it'll help them.
They blow them out by 40, they'll start feeling better.
I
But
think they need to beat them by 40.
yeah,
and then
a win over Wisconsin by 10 at home ain't going to do it for Alabama.
You know,
fans.
people don't talk about this a lot.
Hey, well, Ty Simpson, he's 17 for 17.
Was he really?
Yes.
All right.
So people don't talk about this a lot. But
Overreact?
I
Best
bet
quarterback in the country?
Heisman now. He's just passed Arch.
I bet you anything Alabama fans are watching Florida State and they're wanting to see Florida State win big. Every big win Florida State has makes them not feel as bad. It just does. That's how the world works. I want to see Toledo do good. I want to see Ole Miss go on and play really good now. That's silly, but that's
Florida
just
wants South Florida to be really good. You better believe that.
No, they do. Absolutely. You don't think Boise wakes up this week and feels a little bit better about their season? I bet you they do. They go in there and beat Florida. They probably feel like shit to hear this South Florida beat us, but then they go in and beat Florida. That's just the angles we play as sports fans.
All right, next game. Arkansas at Ole Miss. Anthony, I know you were big on Arkansas last year. Talked about Arkansas a lot. They sucked. How you feeling about Arkansas this year?
They got
you gonna ride them all the way this year?
No, they got a really good offense. Bobby Petrino. You know, the story would be if the offense keeps producing like it is, and Pittman gets fired, they love Bobby Petrino down there. And he came back as their offensive coordinator, and that's been the brightest spot since they've come back. His offense has been good, legit since he's come back. I bet you there's a lot of rumblings about let's get rid of Pittman, let's bring in Bobby, and I'm sure Bobby just sitting back there hoping it happens.
Just keeps falling up. I mean, how do you do that? You wreck your motorcycle, you end up back at U of L.
I think the guy can coach. I like Bobby. I think he can coach, and
he can.
Jalen Green is very legit quarterback. If you ain't ever seen him play, he is big time. Now their defense is going to struggle a little bit this year. They lost a lot, but can the offense score enough points? That's going to be the question for Arkansas. Can the offense score enough points to be competitive?
They've scored 108 points in their last 2 games, but they've played Arkansas State and Alabama A&M.
I wonder how the quarterback for Ole Miss is. You know, he didn't finish the UK game.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to play. But
the other kid was fast, though.
I got a weird angle on this game.
Okay.
I'm cheering for Arkansas.
Okay. What's your
angle? Because this could actually be Notre Dame's last team they play that's ranked.
Okay.
against A&M. Their schedule gets really shitty.
Oh yeah.
So I need a team to root against to beat Notre Dame. So that's the angle I'm
But,
taking.
but as Kentucky fans, don't we want Ole Miss to win
Always
good
comes
there,
back
right
to
there?
Notre Dame
It
with
is.
Josh.
Yes.
Notre Dame.
Yes.
son.
The hate is real.
I want Ole Miss to play
Riding
well.
it, baby. Keep the hate coming to me.
I would love to see Ole Miss win by 20.
I would too. They beat Kentucky.
It would make it would because I feel like we played right with them. I think we could have beat them, and I would love to see that. And then us kind of have a strong week next week. I'd feel really good about moving forward.
Yeah, I think Ole Miss looks pretty good. You're right, Anthony. We could have beat them. We could have beat them. So how much better are they than us? I don't know, but it's at home. They're going home after beating Kentucky. They wanted that Kentucky win. I think Arkansas is going to have a tough time. Big step up in competition from Alabama A&M and whoever else. Arkansas State.
I did hear this on somebody's show that was an Ole Miss show. They talked about how Lane Kiffin this offseason really studied Kentucky's tape and somebody else's tape. And he did that the year before with Georgia, and they dog walked Georgia. That's the only team to really dog walk Georgia. They really missed the boat last year. They could have won that tournament. They had that kind of team last year. They dominated them. And they said Lane Kiffin spent extra time on Georgia's tape. They said he did the same thing to Kentucky's tape this offseason. I guess he got tired of Mark Stoops having his number and still wasn't able to dominate us. So to me, that's a good feeling. I'm looking for positive. So that's a good feeling for me.
Did you see Lane Kiffin apologize to the bettors for not covering?
Oh, yeah, he was at the game. He didn't see it, but in that post-game interview
Yeah.
from the stadium, walking off the field.
On the field, right after the game, he apologized to the bettors for not covering.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
Look, it's all funny.
I had Kentucky in the points too.
I would almost say he backdoored the cover before that because I feel like it was a pretty even game. We were covering the whole game, and then he went down there and he covers. But I'll say this. I bet you he gets a call from somebody on that. I bet you he gets a call from the SEC or somebody saying, we don't need to mix coaching talk and betting with that.
Lane Kiffin don't give a shit what they say.
I know.
He called him out last year.
I know,
remember?
but they don't want that to mix, dude.
Everybody talks about it. The announcers talk about it.
I know, but the coaches don't talk about it much. The coaches
everybody's talking about it.
You don't hear the coaches talking about it much. I don't think they're going to like that. I don't like it. I'll be honest with you as a fan.
They may not like it, but
I don't like the coaches. Oh, I apologize to the fans. So does that mean you're trying to cover the bets?
Yeah.
You can't let those two worlds cross. You
can't. You got to try to cover for your fans,
No,
man.
I agree. Maybe you're doing it, but you can't talk about it. That's what they're trying to control right now because you can't let betting start determining how much we're going to run up the score night. And even if you are, you can't talk about it. That's my belief.
I love it.
I ain't seen no other coaches
Lane
talk about
Kiffin
it.
don't give a fuck what they say.
Well, he will when he gets suspended.
Shit, he called him out last year. It was a video of him. You're the one that pointed out to me something about Vegas I can't remember exactly what it was, but Lane Kiffin ain't scared to speak his mind.
I don't think them two worlds can cross.
That.
You got to be careful.
Next game, Anthony's. This was going to be our game of the week, man. This was going to be our game of the week.
We had props ready. We were locked in.
We had to pivot real quick because Anthony's Florida Gators got beat, but they are traveling to LSU for a big-time matchup. Florida at LSU. So after getting beat by South Florida at home, now they get to go to probably the toughest environment in college football and face the LSU Tigers, who, if you ask me, underperformed just a little bit. I'm probably a little sour because I bet them and they didn't cover. Bet would they win 31-7 or something like that?
38-13.
Just wasn't enough for me. I didn't. I needed them by one more touchdown. So I'm a little down on LSU right now, but tough spot for Lagway and Florida coming back after the loss there. Napier, I'm sure his seat is heating up, and it's not going to get much easier after this week. Anthony, how you feel about your boys having to go to LSU after that tough loss?
I think it's a tough place to go, players, no doubt. And they're going to have a uphill challenge. LSU looks really good. You got the Delaney kid. We've talked about a lot of other kids being talks. That Delaney kid that transferred from Virginia Tech, he's legit. They got a legit team. You know, how much of it was Clemson wasn't ready for the season? I mean, you can play a lot of angles there. You know, you can play the angles. There was bad weather. And DJ Light, you could sell it either way. You could say, well, Florida's going to be hungry, but I think it's definitely probably favors LSU a little bit more. But I don't think the game's out of the realm possibility for Florida to go out there and be competitive and possibly, even still a win on the road. The odds would be against them a little bit, but it wouldn't be a major surprise to me if that happened.
Anybody seen the spread in that game?
Yeah, I got it right here. Right now it's -9.5.
That's probably about right.
Home.
Home.
I thought it should have been about 6.5.
Woo.
So what do they know?
LSU's home. LSU's home.
We'll see how that line moves throughout the week. See where the better.
Well, let's say home field's
That's a lot.
about 4, so that's about what it should be.
This is a type of game. I always talk about sitting on my patio watching games. This is a game that I'm locked in on the patio in Death Valley at night. You got the big tiger eye on the field. It looks good with the lights. It's going to be a lot for Florida to overcome. But if they can, I feel like this is a game where LSU can come out, punch them in the mouth. But if Florida can show a little better body language and react to that first punch, maybe the longer they stay in the game, the longer they build confidence, the longer they can stick around and maybe have a shot at the end to win. It's not going to be a game where Florida goes in there and just smokes them. Florida's going to have to take their punches and keep coming back and keep coming back. They can't do what they did against South Florida.
Let me ask you this, because I was at the Kentucky game. I didn't get to watch it live. How much did the weather play a part in that game?
I don't think it.
Okay.
To me, I just felt like it brings the mood down. Just when you see the ugly weather, you don't have the energy from either.
Do you feel like it affected Florida's passing game?
Lagway had a good day. He was 22 for 32 for a couple hundred yards. He wasn't even bad.
Yeah, it's not like he was 40%.
And they rushed for over 100 and something yards. I'm not sure how, I didn't see any of that. Was it like monsoon? Was it?
No. It was
rain?
Just like a misty. It's just one of those uncomfortable games.
Looking at the box score, how did they not score more points?
It was just a gloomy looking day.
South Florida held Boise to 7 at Boise. Maybe they're legit. At quarterback Brown, he's a dual threat guy. He had a really good year last year. He's put up big numbers so far. They held Boise to 7. South Florida is freaking really good. Maybe they're a playoff contender. Maybe not. We need to see more, right?
It's going to be a hell of a game. I think Florida will be looking to bounce back. I'm excited to see this game, even though Florida's coming off of a loss. I mess with Anthony about Lagway. I like Lagway too, so I'd love to see a good, hard-fought battle here. But I'm a little upset with LSU because they didn't cover for me. But he ain't got nothing on Nussmeier either. So let's see what happens in that quarterback matchup.
Charlie, I'm the one that said that I would take Nussmeier over anybody on this show.
He tried to play both sides of the fence.
No, that's what I said.
To play both sides.
You go back with Klubnik.
Fuck Klubnik.
Yeah, that's you do.
Fuck Klubnik. He's a bum.
Tua. Where's Tua at today?
We'll get to that real soon. Before we get to our game of the week, Texas A&M at Notre Dame. Josh says this could be
that's close.
The last time that Notre Dame plays a ranked opponent all year. These two teams played. Did they open the season last year? Didn't they?
Yep, good game. Riley Leonard and A&M. Didn't A&M beat them that game? Didn't they?
No.
Notre Dame won that game. I thought it was in A&M. So you're going to Notre Dame this week.
How do you not like Notre Dame? You know the Notre Dame fight song? You didn't listen to it growing up?
I hate Rudy.
Anthony knows all the fight songs.
You Rudy, Joe Montana, son. Touchdown Jesus. God bless, son.
NC State, Boston College, Pittsburgh, Stanford.
Who's that?
Buffalo just got him a field goal after.
They do play. They do get USC maybe ranked by then.
Navy's not bad. They play.
Who's that? Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Horvath for Navy. Remember Horvath last year? He's a baller, dude.
They need to get their ass in a conference, dude.
Yeah.
Shit, they get all the money, dog. Man, they get it all. Everybody says that, but they're laughing all the way to the bank. They said, we don't need nobody.
I don't like the independent thing.
You hate it because they're the only ones that can do it. I'm with you. I kind of am with you, Charlie.
I hated it forever.
I do too.
25 years ago, I was like, why are they not in the conference?
You know what I hate about it is that the ACC or different leagues allow them just to play basketball in other schools.
Yeah.
But in football, we're independent. We don't need you.
Baseball or whatever.
This NIL is right up their alley. Dude.
I haven't seen A&M play enough this year to really have an opinion on them. Notre Dame, tough place to play. So it should be a good game.
They're 6.5 point favorites.
Yeah, and I'll be watching this because I'm actually anxious to see A&M play. Who did they play last week? Did Notre Dame play last week?
No, they took.
They were
throwing a bye. Rudy would never. Rudy would never. If he was dead, he'd be rolling over in his grave right now. His alma mater, a hero like that, and his team is taking a bye in week 2.
Y'all remember when Rudy was like
one good game? They played Miami. One good game, getting whipped. and they need to rest before their next SEC opponent.
That is some.
You don't
pussy
remember the
shit,
part of the
ain't it?
movie when the Dane Devine, former coach of the Green Bay Packers, says, "Nobody comes into our house and pushes us around."
No one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around.
That shit gives me cold chills, dude. I don't know how you don't like that shit. Can't help that stuff, dude. Go Irish.
All right, game of the week: Georgia at Tennessee. This is, I think, college game day, right?
Yes.
College
They
game
announced
day.
it
Going,
Saturday night.
I'm sure they were planning on going to LSU until Florida shit the bed. So we had to pivot just like they had to pivot. Georgia at Tennessee. Who's Tennessee played the first couple weeks?
They played ETSU. I believe they won.
He's Tennessee State.
They scored 72.
Probably could have scored
As
100.
They had
should.
1,700 yards of offense in their two
I
games.
thought they was at 1,800. No?
They played Syracuse as well.
Oh, yeah.
They won 45-26.
Yeah, well, Syracuse don't have
Kyle McCord.
Don't have Kyle
Kyle McCord don't have a
no
job no more.
Yeah, he will soon.
USFL. He probably in the
He will
USFL by
soon.
now.
He's going to be our.
Don't they ever talk
he's going to
about-
be our fourth host.
Why don't they ever announce like Kyle McCord got cut by the Philadelphia, but signed
There's
with
only
them?
3 people who know who he is.
I know,
They're sitting
but-
right here.
What other podcast is talking about Kyle McCord? None.
Probably
Unless his mom's got one.
Probably the Montreal Thoroughbreds because they just signed him.
Wherever he goes, he'll be freaking slinging that thing around.
Let's
for a
watch
bunch
them.
of
Yeah,
days.
let's pull it up on the
What
internet.
y'all think about Georgia, though? Have y'all watched them play at
They
all?
played Austin P and it only scored 28.
Yeah. that was
Austin
kind of
P.
a-
I don't know
that was a
much about
strange
Austin
game.
P, but I don't think they're very good at
Were they in a
football.
weather delay in that game, too? I'm just throwing out weather facts.
There was a bunch of
Call
them
me
this
Mark
week.
Weinberg, list the bookie.
Son, if you're only half as smart as Weinberg, you'd be
God.
onto something. That dude is a genius of weather. Son, I had a barber one time say, that dude must know everything. He was being a smart ass.
There was some weather delays. I can't remember if that was one. The Georgia game.
Clemson was in a weather delay.
I do think
Clemson's the one. That
I
got
do
the-
think smart coaches try. Maybe LSU did it. I do think really smart coaches really try to hold back before the big games. Maybe Florida got caught doing that. Maybe they didn't. It'd be stupid against that kind of team. But I do think there's an angle there when you know you got a big game coming the next week. It's not the NFL. There's games where like you're big point spread favorites, and you think, I just got to get through this game. I don't want to show my hand. I want to show very little because I don't want to give much film on me. That does happen. That happened with Georgia. I don't know. Georgia's very young, but very talented. A lot of big-time recruits, but they're very young. They got some good receivers. They went and got Stockton, some good receivers. But how good is Gunnar Stockton? I don't know. We're going to find out, though.
And then Tennessee got the quarterback from App State, Joey Aguilar. He threw three touchdowns against Syracuse.
I thought I heard that they traded with UCLA. Did they not?
Well, I guess
he was with there before.
Yeah,
okay.
he's originally
okay.
from App State, so yeah.
Yeah.
You said smart coaches. Did you
Kirby,
did you do that on purpose?
Yeah. Dog. Ooh.
Oh,
The dog,
Go Dogs.
The dog bark is not as good as the cat growl.
The Bulldog versus the Beagle, baby.
yeah,
as
the
long
hound.
as-
He's a hound, some type of
He's a
hound.
fucking Beagle Hound mix.
As long as they got smart coaches, I believe in Georgia.
You know, I'll say this. Everybody else hates it. But I always have wanted to go to a Tennessee game. I don't like Tennessee.
I have same.
But it's right there on Tennessee River. I like that part of the country a lot. I like East Tennessee. We go over into the mountains, you know.
Blitz
probably-
the bookie takes over Knoxville.
Look, going to Gatlinburg, that time of the year, fall weather, there's not a better place to be is up in Gatlinburg going into Knoxville game. It's a special place. It's an old stadium, very old. It's kind of raggedy, but it's big. It's really big. It's on the Tennessee River. And when they start playing Rocky Top, people might not like it. Kentucky fans say they might not like it, but it's pretty special when they get it going in that place. I've heard people say, well, it might have been Josh Pate, popular podcast guy. He says, you know, everybody wants to talk about the swamp, talk about LSU. He says, I travel all these places, and he's an Iowa State guy. He says there's not a better home field advantage than Tennessee. I kind of agree with him. When they beat Alabama, I thought the roof was going to come off that damn place. That was probably one of the most spectacular scenes in college football of winning a game when they beat Alabama and the fireworks went up over Neyland Stadium.
Yes.
That was cool as shit.
I remember
dude.
where I was.
That was cool as shit.
I'd like to see a game down there, even though I can't stand them motherfuckers.
Same.
All that burnt orange.
Would you sing Rocky Top with them?
No.
I might.
No.
I might just say I did it. I kind of like the song a little bit. So, you know me, I like the songs. I like to fight songs.
Anthony's got all the fight songs memorized.
Like my grandfather, dude. That's all he used to do. He could drinking beer, start singing them some bitches. I had to learn them or I get the shit smacked out of me.
All right, so that does it for the college football games. We will hit our NFL stuff, and we'll come back with our picks for the college football here in just a bit. So NFL this week, week 1, I was at the ballpark again. Finally, next weekend, guys. Next weekend, I will not be at the baseball field. So
Guarantee you, y'all play a tournament.
Somehow, you're probably right. I will not be there.
Oh yeah,
One of the kids will get picked up.
you will.
I will not be there.
He'll be like, these motherfuckers got a tournament.
No, we're hoping that Blitz the Bookie's taking over Lexington next week. I love the NFL. I didn't get to enjoy it as much today because by about 1:15, I already knew my team was beat.
And then I knew
it was ugly.
I knew my team was winning.
Daniel Jones, baby. Is he MVP? Like, does he jump?
Here we go.
He played the biggest. Hey,
he had a great game today.
Did anybody have better numbers than him?
I mean, Derrick Henry's not done running.
Yeah, I've ever seen.
He's still running the halftime.
Yeah.
The Dolphins' defense is absolutely pitiful.
Soft as Charmin.
Pitiful.
Mm.
So maybe Daniel Jones is decent, but damn, he just played the worst defense in the NFL.
You've been making fun of Daniel Jones so long. That's a long way for you to say he's decent. You don't even got to say he's great.
Maybe.
He
looked decent today against the worst defense maybe I've ever seen. The Dolphins need to fire McDaniel, get rid of Tua. He's done. 2 turnovers in the first quarter. I think he ended up with 3. Terrible day all around. McDaniels wasn't even close to having his team ready to play. You got all off season, and you come out there and shit the bed like that against the Indy team, which I'm sorry, Josh, but y'all suck too. Y'all ain't no good.
Hey,
that was a terrible start to the season.
Hey,
overreact Sunday. Maybe the coach
get McDaniels out. Get Tua out. Waddle and Hill, they were both hurt in the first quarter. Every time they go to the ground, they get hurt. Get rid of all of them. Bring in me and Anthony and Josh. We'll coach. Give me Kyle McCord, and we're fucking good.
I'll tell you what we do here. This helps out everybody. Helps his card. Helps your team.
I don't want Anthony Richardson.
We're going to trade y'all Anthony Richardson. He's coming there. We're going to take your next 2 first-round draft picks.
No.
Y'all got him. Make him a star.
They say it was
in the AFC East.
They said
his
it was
card goes up. Your team's better. I get draft picks. The entire Blitz of
Andy's back in Florida. Andy's back in Florida. Yes.
No,
he's back in Florida.
No,
dude.
I lose. I lose in this situation.
Hey, they say it was a close quarterback competition.
So great.
They said it was a close quarterback competition. Daniel Jones is a MVP candidate.
I love this.
No,
Daniel Jones has always had talent.
I lose, even if the Dolphins.
No, he gets great. His card goes up. The Dolphins get better with Anthony Richardson. We lose him. We got Daniel Jones, franchise quarterback now. Let's go.
What makes you think he can be good?
I watched the game. I saw eye test. Anthony always.
He's always been good, Charlie. He's always been good.
No, Anthony Richardson.
Oh, I thought him.
What makes you think Anthony Richardson going to come to the Dolphins and be any better than he is right now?
Because it's close competition. And he was a top pick.
He's closer to home. Maybe he's homesick. He's
young. Quinn Ewers got something to say about that.
The South.
He loves in Florida.
Quinn Ewers and Zach Wilson, they both got something to say about that. I hate that idea.
Does Richardson get it? Like, he's going to get it. He was too high of a draft pick. He'll get a second chance somewhere. Where does he land? Like, because they got to be in.
I gave the perfect scenario for all 3 of us.
Yeah,
terrible idea. Send him to the Jets. That's a perfect spot for him.
Justin Fields looked okay today.
What's the problem with Miami? Is it coaching? Is it Tua? Like, what's the problem?
Both.
Okay.
Tua cannot take care of the ball.
No.
And McDaniel just looked like the team was just not ready, prepared. The defense looked terrible. The offense was lost. Tua was turning the ball over. It was bad right from the jump, wasn't it? It was bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was reading.
No point were you guys in that ball game. You didn't look focused. You had Tyreek already bitching on the sideline.
Yeah, after about 6 minutes.
It don't take much.
It just was not an overall good look for Miami.
And then he went in the tent. He went in the blue tent because he got tackled. Waddle got tackled. First time he got tackled, he's shoulders hurt. I'm like,
they're soft.
They are soft as shit, man.
I read something today. Their passing game coordinator, I guess he works with McDaniel. And, he was saying that they study film and the word around the NFL is the word's out on how to stop the Dolphins offense. That, a lot of defenses are going to cover 4 and then 2 deep and stuff. And
That happened last year. They figured him out last year.
And that's what he said. That's what he, over the last couple of years, they're starting to figure him out. And he says, we got to get the defenses in situations where they're thinking we're going to run the ball, because that'll get them out of that cover 4 and get them out of that 2 deep. And I guess they weren't able to do that.
We had a line to get an interception today.
Yeah.
These NFL coaches are way too good. It doesn't take
They're
long.
getting better and better every year.
Tua's been figured out. Everybody knows the book on Tua. He gets rid of the ball quick, and that's how he can be efficient. Today, he was not. Even when he was getting rid of the ball quick, he was nowhere near efficient, and he just can't throw the long ball, and he can't stay healthy.
And I'm glad no one overreacted.
Yeah, no overreaction.
No overreaction. We're staying in our lane. No overreaction.
He ain't giving
fire McDaniels and fire Tua is not an overreaction. I'm sorry. There might be other overreactions on the show, but that ain't one of them.
Maybe the Colts are a Super Bowl champ.
That's an overreaction.
Glory days of Daniel Jones is the next Peyton Manning.
Ring of honor, baby. Ring
so
of honor.
What else did y'all see from today that really caught your eye?
I got something real quick, and we can all probably be guilty of this, but I think we missed on the Packers. Or maybe we overreacted on Detroit.
That's it for me. I thought the Packers were going to be good.
Detroit last week?
Yes.
Well, they were the best team in football last year. How good is Ben Johnson? That's the question. They got the same team back. Everybody said Ben Johnson's the guru over there. Maybe he is.
I thought the Packers looked really good. They beat them in every aspect. Offense, defense, special teams. We brought it up. Lions lost both their coordinators. Right?
Yep.
And you could tell today. It looked like they left yesterday, and they started today without a game plan. Those receivers for the Packers were running wide open. Yeah. Detroit had a chance in the second half where it was 17-6, and Packers almost turned it over in their territory. That would have gave the Lions an interception right at the 26-yard line, but it went right through the linebacker's fingers. And that could have turned the game. Maybe it goes to 17-13, changes the game, but after that, Detroit could never get over the hump. Dominated. Micah Parsons was a game changer. We talked about him maybe not even playing, but he took the shot, I guess. And
I won't say he forced that first interception, but he got in there pretty quick and put a little bit of pressure on Goff, and he threw that pick.
He may not have had a lot of sacks and tackles, but his presence was felt on that field today.
I didn't get to watch it, but I'll say this, tying into that, is if he still has that much juice left and he's still that good, then the Cowboys missed it, because I watched the Cowboys and Eagles Thursday night, and I'll tell you, Dak looked good. Dak looked really good. I thought he did. CD's great. I'm not going to say that CD's not good, but he wasn't his best game.
4 drops.
They'd won that game.
His worst game.
But Dak was slinging the ball over the place like a new guy. Of course, I still feel the same about Jalen Hurts. He can run. That's what he can do. They still have the best roster in football, though. I do think I was right about the defense, though. I do think losing those parts there is going to come back to hurt them. Jalen Carter did get out the first half, which I think was a negative for him. But
I told y'all that game was going to get weird.
It got weird.
It got weird first play, dude. Breaks a leg or whatever, and then next thing you know, get 2 guys spitting on each other.
Before a snap even happens, we got a season-ending injury, which I don't know if it is. I didn't hear what happened. And the best defender or the best defensive lineman for Philly kicked out before they even snapped.
They don't like each other. Them two teams don't like each other. It was chirpy all game.
They said Dak spit at him in pre-games. I didn't see it, but there's supposed
they were going at it all game
too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Spit at his feet or something.
One more other take before we move on, unless you guys got something else. But
the Chargers.
I really liked the Chargers. I love that offense. Those receivers were running open.
They look so good.
I mean, they were fun to watch.
Best team in the history of NFL.
Probably.
No overreaction.
We said the Saints last year.
Said that about the Saints.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
that's awesome. But I really enjoyed watching them play. For the people out here who are just casual football fans, if you want a team that's fun to watch, well coached, tune in to watch the LA Superchargers.
Ravens hard to
As
stop.
the Super Ravens.
They are.
Poor Chad. Poor Chad. Shout out Chad in that bet.
I hope he cashed out.
Hope you cashed out. Hope you hedged.
But anyway,
I told you to hedge.
I enjoyed the Chargers. I thought they were the best team until I've seen these Ravens tonight. But I thought the Chargers looked really good. Justin Herbert looked good. Year 2 under Harbaugh. LA Chargers.
You got to see. I agree, and I'm a huge Harbaugh fan.
No overreaction there.
Chargers
No
winning the
overreaction.
Super
I'm not
Bowl.
overreacting.
Chargers winning the Super Bowl.
So look,
Let's
y'all know I like him. I love Jim Harbaugh, and I love Herbert. I never believed Herbert. People had questions about him. I never had no questions
Me
about
neither.
him. He's good, dude. But at the end of the day, I got to see it more than once because maybe it could have been Kansas City falling off. And it wasn't just a blowout. It wasn't just a blowout. It was a pretty tight
That
game.
was a good game.
That was a good game.
And to do that against a good Chiefs defense.
I agree with that angle, a big time, and I like that angle. But the Chiefs, Xavier Worthy went out early, and they don't have much
And
offense.
he may not be back for a while. They said it's a separated shoulder. They said
Yeah.
it could be surgery, could be in a sling for a while.
But with
Ooh,
them
that
not
hurts.
having much of an
no deep threat.
with them not having much of an offense, how good was the Chargers defense? And I'm not saying it's
No,
not. I'm just
no.
like it's an angle. It's an angle.
Oh, of course.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it ain't. I have to see more.
Because it was second play of the game. He runs into Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
He's
So-
looking up at the
But
stands at Taylor and runs to his own player.
But it also changes the way a coach calls the play. Everything sets up for the way the game unfolds because, if you're coaching, you got a lead and they're having trouble producing offense, then you get really conservative. It's just what you do. People might say, well, he quit airing it out or he quit doing it. Well, there's a reason. He thought he could win with his defense. So, I know a lot of fans have trouble with that, but there's a lot of good coaches that believe they can win with their defense at a certain point in the game. So, look, I had a really good day betting college football, won a nice little chunk of money. Seems like everything was going right for me. I lost it today in pro football. It wasn't my best betting day. I won a nice chunk on Saturday and lost a good chunk today. So,
Quick note. Rookie of the year, leader.
hold on. Don't tell me. Rookie of the year. God, there ain't many good ones.
I told y'all 2 weeks ago.
Who'd you say? Oh, the wide receiver.
Egbuka.
Oh, yeah. Got the game-winning touchdown today.
Yeah.
And he had 2 touchdowns.
2.
Yep. He had 4 catches, 67 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and the game-winning touchdown.
That's awesome.
Really good catch, actually. A good throw and catch there on that last one.
That was a well-played game.
Egbuka.
Buka,
2
good
touchdowns. Early leader.
Well,
Did Warren-
when you got Mike Evans on the other side, it helps.
Did Warren do anything today?
Yeah, he
Yes,
did.
he had a
Yeah,
good
he
game.
did.
Yeah,
Well, I stopped watching the second half, but
I know Josh
was,
has his team.
I don't know if he got a touchdown or not, but he had some good catches. He had a rush.
Dude,
he
that-
ran one.
they were feeding him early.
Yeah, there ain't a lot of rookies that I was excited about, but I need to check in like how a lot of the defensive rookies did, a lot of the offensive linemen, how they did, and just kind of see where the rookies were. I really thought it was a weak draft, but usually when we think that, maybe it's not good skill positions, but it's good on the the defensive line or offensive line. There's some good players out there. We just got to find out who they are.
All right, let's get into these games. Thursday, good game. Thursday night, Washington at Green Bay. Both of these teams 1-0. Green Bay, of course, it destroyed. What was the final score to that? They beat them pretty good, didn't
It was 2.5 scores.
They
3
controlled
scores.
it. They
I
controlled
it. I got it.
Put an ass whooping on Detroit, and then Washington gets a win today too. So Washington traveling to Green Bay. Green Bay gets 2 home games to start their season, and two big home games. Tough opponents, and get them both at home.
If I was them, I'd want my games in the deep winter time.
I know that's what I said. That's why I
Yeah.
like Detroit today. I thought if it was in the cold, I liked Green Bay, but
So I was looking for a little bit of regression from Washington. They did play good today.
they weren't playing the Giants.
First game, you never know. Division, and that game was tight for
I
while.
I thought the
It
Giants
did-
might cover for a while.
it was tight until what? A minute left in the third quarter is when they ended up scoring to go up.
21-6.
Or no, it was late in the second quarter.
What was
They went
Daniel's
up
numbers
14-3.
today? You got Daniel's numbers right there in front of me?
Who's that?
Daniel.
Oh, yeah, he had a good game. 19 for 30, 233, and a touchdown.
Man, ain't great, but it's decent. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. It is.
Yeah, he
That's
also
it.
had 68 yards on the ground.
Last year he was throwing up God numbers, though. I guess that's why I say
There's got to be a little regression from
Right.
that.
Yeah, it's,
Russell Wilson was 17 for 37.
It's not great.
No,
It's not
It's like
good.
45%. That's like 45%.
It's not even
You
good.
You need to be like 67,
So
68%.
Russell Wilson's just happy to have a job, but he's probably thinking, just make sure the check clears. Baby.
Hey, Scattaboo got two carries.
Okay.
He's
Doing
doing good.
He had some nice blocks. I see.
Hey, Arizona
little
State.
video of him just-
Now
He's
get
got-
back to college football. Arizona State.
He
missed
looks
him.
about this big on the TV.
Arizona State got beat. I had
Yeah, they
Mississippi
did.
State last night.
He's got 2 carries.
Yeah.
-3 yards.
Hey,
So
gotta start
good-
somewhere. He
good-
can only go up.
Good,
You ain't gonna run
I
them.
hope-
You
I
ain't
hope
gonna
he can only go
run.
up.
You ain't gonna run them NFL guys. Over.
good start. He had 2 catches too. 2 for 12.
Hey, Blake
so.
Corum from Michigan. He was one of my guys, and You just don't run, not unless you're Derrick Henry, you don't run NFL guys over.
I'm glad they're putting better games on Thursday night because I feel like a handful of years ago, maybe even just a couple years ago, it seemed like all these Thursday night games were terrible matchups. So I'm glad to see for the second week in a row, we've got a really good matchup here. I think it should be a great game.
I'm Green Bay. I was really impressed with them today.
Jordan Love looked good.
Yeah, I like Green Bay. I really do. I thought Detroit was the best team in football last year before they got hired. I was maybe playing the angle, maybe losing the coordinators that hurt them. I knew it was going to hurt them, but look, Green Bay. I've been high on Green Bay throughout the last couple of years, and I just picked Detroit this week. But now Green Bay look great. I'm right back with them. I like their team, Green Bay.
I got to pick, and the way Green Bay looked today, I just thought. I mean, I was really impressed with Green Bay. They look like the best team in the NFC so far that I've seen.
Overreaction?
I don't overreact. This is just facts. But I really liked Green Bay today. Those guys are against what I thought was a good Detroit defense. And they're back at home. I really like Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Green Bay too. Coming off that big win against Detroit, and they get to stay at home and ride that for a whole nother week. Look, Green Bay's always packed and crowded and a hard place to play. I think they're going to be feeling real good about themselves after beating Detroit, possibly one of the best teams in the NFL. I know it's week 1, but you get towards week 15, 16, and these standings are close, and we could look back and say, man, that win in week 1 or that loss in week 1 really cost them in the division. So I'm going to roll with Green Bay.
Fun fact.
8 o'clock at night. I like it.
Fun fact for Louisvillians here. That game will represent the teams or former teams of 2 Hall of Famers. I think they're 2 Hall of Famers. Joe Jacoby played for the Washington Redskins, went to Western High School. And then also the Golden Boy up there, went to Notre Dame, played for the Packers. What's his name? Old school dude. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
I only know Rudy.
No, the Golden Boy won the Heisman at Notre Dame. Paul Hornung.
Yeah,
Paul Hornung. They're both. He went to Bishop David, I think, which is Holy Cross now, or he might have went to Flag J. But he went up to Notre Dame, won the Heisman, went on to be a star at Green Bay, and then Joe Jacoby at Western ended up being a Hall of Famer with the Washington Redskins.
My dad played against Joe Jacoby back in the day.
Yep, he did.
Yep.
He did.
Sure did. All right, next game, division game. Chicago at Detroit. We have not seen Chicago yet. They play tomorrow night. What, Minnesota?
Yeah, the Vikings.
Minnesota. So we'll see what happens with that game. Chicago's at home in that game, aren't they, tomorrow night?
I'll get right check.
Yeah, I think that's in Chicago. Detroit's going home after the tough loss to Green Bay. I want to see Chicago tomorrow, of course, and see how that plays out, see how much they've improved, see how much Caleb Williams has improved. But it's going to be a tough spot with Dan Campbell and the boys coming back home after a disappointing, really kind of a blowout loss to Green Bay. I think this will be a really tough spot for Chicago. We'll see what happens tomorrow night against Minnesota. Minnesota's another, that's going to be an intriguing game tomorrow.
Yeah, you got
Caleb Williams and J.J. McCarthy. We haven't seen J.J. yet, and they got rid of Sam Darnold after a really big year. They've got a ready-made roster for J.J. McCarthy, so anxious to see what happens tomorrow in that game and see how much the Chicago has progressed too. I know you're a big Chicago guy, big Caleb Williams guy. You like to paint your fingernails.
How's the Dolphins? Are they still getting their ass kicked? Or the Dolphins still getting their ass? I take that Dolphin shit down over there. Dan Marino ain't walking through the door. So.
How you feeling about your boy Caleb Williams going to Detroit next week?
Listen,
this week.
I'm gonna say this, and this is sad because I do like Dan Campbell. I think he might have been a product of his assistants.
Overreaction.
Yeah, it is.
Overreaction.
And I like Chicago.
We're not overreacting.
I've always been a closet Bears fan. I have to say, but they got bad for a lot of years. So I can't stick with the bad NFL team because I don't have no loyalty to nobody because I just don't like an NFL team like that. So I'll switch back and forth. Y'all know I'm loyal as hell in college, but I follow players. But I've always been a kind of a undercover Bears fan. So. I'm excited for the Bears. I'm going to roll with them until I give me reason not to.
I'm not going to overreact yet on Detroit. I'm going to give Dan Campbell another week to regroup and motivate his troops. He's a leader of men. We've mentioned that many times. And let's see if he can pull this win out against Chicago. Then I'll overreact.
So who you taking?
Detroit.
You got Detroit. We all got Detroit.
No, he
No,
took Chicago.
Oh, you took Chicago.
He came out of the closet with his fingernails painted to cheer on Caleb Williams and the Bears.
My bad. I was down.
Detroit will probably be at home. Detroit will probably be a 7-point favorite at home.
I know. I meant to write down the spreads.
They probably ain't made yet with Chicago not playing. I wouldn't say.
Right.
I say that it might be. I don't know how they work that. So,
All right, Seattle at Pittsburgh. Anybody watch Seattle today?
Nothing.
I never watch them. They're boring, dude. It's ever since Pete Carroll left
Who's
them.
their new coach?
Don't you got like a buddy? Don't one of our listeners
My
like
brother's a Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
Man, how like the Legion of Doom? Is that when he got on them? Or
Probably. He's a bandwagon type of dude.
Who's Seattle's coach?
I don't know.
Do we know Seattle's coach? No?
yeah,
I don't know who it is.
freaking guy that Marty Schottenheimer.
I don't know who it
He
is.
came out of retirement. Marty Schottenheimer, Bill Walsh, the West Coast offense is back.
So this is probably a 1:00 game on Sunday. You got Seattle going coast to coast.
Always tough.
Oh, here's the
Always
travel
tough.
angle.
It's always tough. I know they travel in private jets, but for some reason, it's always struggles for those West Coast teams to play them early games, unless they're playing the unless they're playing the Carolina Panthers.
California Angels.
So, but I like
Touchdown, Buffalo.
You know, I've never.
that's 2-point conversion.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
You know, I've never got into the travel thing, and I know Charlie talks about it. I'm sure there's something to it, but I just can't buy. I can't give them that, but I know there's something to it. I'm not.
There's definitely something to it.
There's
Coast to
something to
coast
it.
for sure.
Yeah, it's
That's a long trip.
I know when I go out to Vegas, I never get right.
See, now then you should be arguing the other way
I
because you
but
know
they're pro athletes.
Now,
they
I'm
can get
the
like
other
this.
way. I travel to Vegas and I get there. I'm good, dude. I don't jet lag. I don't even know what jet
That's
lag
that
is.
That's that bag
I've
of.
had jet lag before.
That's that bag
not
of.
fun.
I get to Vegas, I'm ready to fucking party.
I bet, son. That bag you bring with you helps you.
Oh.
But
So-
but just to talk about Pitt earlier, I didn't think their defense looked very good today, and they didn't run the ball well. either.
And that is usually a strong suit for them. You're right. The Jets put up 32 points.
Who would ever thought that was going to be a shootout today? I wouldn't have thought that.
No.
I thought it was going to be a 28-12 game.
Yeah.
Pitt kind of cruises. I was wrong.
But you know, every game I've heard.
I mean, the spread was only 3, but that's the NFL.
I've heard really smart coaches talk about this. Every game kind of gets its own identity as the game's moving on because you got to kind of match what's going on to keep up. So if you get a team that's scoring, you know, you feel like you got to score so the playbook opens up. If you get a game that's like a low-scoring game, you stay conservative. That's the flow of the game. And as offensive coordinator, you got to work with your head coach and your defensive coordinator too and work together. So,
Well, I'll say this. Pittsburgh usually does not have issues with defense. And the last couple of years, especially last year, they had major problems with their offense. They scored in the 30s, won the game. Aaron Rodgers, 22 for 30, 244, and 4 touchdowns. I think they're probably okay with the mediocre defensive day, knowing that they got a quarterback that actually stepped up and put up some numbers, an offense that
Sauce Gardner and that the Jets got one of the better passing defenses in the NFL.
The Jets defense is good, I think.
They're considered one of the best pass defenses in the league.
They did not run the ball well, though. I'll say that about Pittsburgh. Warren only had 37 yards and Gainwell had 19. Where they usually are strong, defense and running game, they seem to struggle.
How many times Rodgers throw?
30, completed 22 of them.
That's not a lot considering I thought maybe you threw for a huge number. That's why the rushing numbers were down with that score.
Kind of a flip-flop of what you're used to from Pittsburgh, but I'm sure they're super happy to have a quarterback that actually looks like a quarterback.
I say both teams walked away happy today. The Jets got to be happy with that. Like seeing some points scored. Maybe the Jets I never thought were as bad as the Giants.
Giants figure out ways to win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
The Jets are way worse than the Giants.
Eli Manning ain't walking.
They
through those
pray
doors.
every night to wake up and be the Giants. The Jets
but
do.
the Giants have been pretty bad the last few years.
Joe Namath ain't walking through that door.
Michael Strahan ain't walking.
The
through
Jets
those
have been
doors.
pretty bad forever.
Yeah. Lawrence Taylor, baby.
So we all taking Pitt?
I'm definitely taking Pitt, the West Coast to East Coast thing. I don't think that bodes well for Seattle.
Are you East Coast or West Coast?
If the Chargers were going east, I think I may take the Chargers.
What about
But
north to
because
south?
it's Seattle.
North to south?
No. I don't know the time. Doesn't
I
change.
know.
That's
I
not
get it.
how time
I
zones
get
work.
that. I know. But I know that. I know that.
But I mean, I get what you're saying in the winter, like Miami going to Green Bay. That's
Yeah.
definitely an
Oh, that
advantage,
shit
of course.
matters too.
That's different than
I think all that
What
shit
about going
matters.
to party cities? You think that matters for people? Like
it
you know?
can, but I
Yeah.
don't think as much as anymore as it used to.
They say, I heard a little thing with Jordan. They say some bitch be out drinking at 3 o'clock in the morning. You might have heard this. That one guy was going to guard it. He says, we stopped partying every night, but when we had to play Jordan the next day.
Oh, it was Vernon Maxwell.
Yeah, he said, I got my ass in the hotel room the night before. He said,
propped up.
And while he's doing that, Jordan's out playing 18 holes of golf right before the game, comes in and still fries their ass.
Yeah, drinking all night.
Yeah, he's been at the casino all night, gets up on about 4 hours sleep, goes and plays golf, and then 3 hours later he's on the court.
That's probably
the
the second greatest story of that I've heard. The first, though, is the legendary Ric Flair. I watched a special on him, and they said this guy, they'd go out partying after the match or whatever, and it'd be like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and all the wrestlers down at the bar at the hotel, they're all partying, getting drunk, and everybody's starting to go up because they got to go and wake up in the morning and work out as part of, it's mandatory. And everybody's like, Rick, man, we got to get in the room, dude. We got to wake up in like 3 or 4 hours. He said, it looked like Rick's ready to party all night, son. The nature boy. They'd wake up in the morning. They'd be in the hallway of the hotel thinking, man, they're going to have his ass, man. He ain't going to get up in time. And they go down to the gym, and this son bitch is already working out.
Right,
The nature boy, Ric Flair. You remember where he was from? Charlotte, North Carolina,
took a couple toots real quick. He finished drinking and then pulled out the little toot.
That bag.
Get him
going.
They
said he was on the airplane one time and all the wrestlers there. He come out in his robe and opened it up. But he said, woo, the nature boy, baby. He also said a thing. I could go on these stories forever. I guess he owes some taxes.
I'm sure he does.
And he was such in character that he would say, he told his wife, like they were getting letters from the IRS, and he said, sweetheart, you think the IRS wants to mess with the nature boy, Ric Flair? Like, damn, dude, you got to come out of character, dude. Like, God bless. You think there's people that get in character that bad?
Oh,
like,
100%. He's one of them, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Like, baby, you think that I will bust the IRS's ass? They ain't going to mess with the nature boy.
All right. Game of the week in the NFL match of the Super Bowl. Philly at Kansas City. Oh, that looks rough.
That looked bad.
Was that Davis?
That looked bad.
They ain't got him returning kicks, do they?
And the name's too long on the back.
If it was hurt, he had to go down right away.
That looked rough. All right, yeah, Philly at Kansas City, rematch of the Super Bowl. What do you think, Anthony? I know you.
I go Philly.
You don't like either one of these quarterbacks.
But it's more than a quarterback's game, and I just feel like Philly's maybe the most complete team in football.
What's the spread in this? Anybody know?
No.
It's Philly home?
It's got to be close. No, it's at Kansas City.
I'm going to say Philly's 3-4. I'm guessing. I might be wrong.
I say it's pretty close to a pick.
You think it's close to a pick? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's that good, but their team is complete. Their team is complete.
He's always got to throw that in there,
Yeah, I don't
Speaking
like
of staying in character.
Because I know he ain't no good, but they have a very good team. The defense is in question. Maybe Kansas City could bounce back there. I do like this, like the setup for Kansas City being back home after a loss. I don't think Philly would quite have as good as year because I do think there's questions with that defense, but that offense just got so many weapons. It'd be hard not to be good with that offense. I'll take Philly.
I got Philly minus 1.5 here.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
What are we sitting at here? Baltimore 27-19 right now. Kansas City coming back from Brazil back home to face the team that beat the brakes off of them in the Super Bowl. I just don't think Kansas City, of course, nobody wants to start 0-2, but with Herbert and Harbaugh, dude, they looked awesome. Kansas City starting 0-2 is going to be rough. Philly looked good, dude.
I thought Dallas outplayed them.
You crazy. Philly looked good, and I think they're got a little dynasty going on.
I don't think you'll see dynasties in football no more with the payroll.
I want to take Philly here, but something's telling me.
Me too, Charlie.
Something's telling me to take Kansas City in this one. I'm going to go with my gut. I do think Philly's the better team right now, but I'm going to take Kansas City, reeling off of that loss, coming back home. Give me the Chiefs, man. I'll probably be kicking myself in the ass for this pick, but I'm going to take the Chiefs.
They say Kansas City looked rough in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but when the starters played, I was reading that today that they really looked rough in the preseason. So I don't know what that means. Is Kansas City at the end of their little run? Maybe, but if anybody can bounce back, they can.
I mean, we mentioned this earlier, but you guys didn't mention where you're making your picks. No Xavier Worthy, no outside deep threat.
Oh, it was big time.
I think that's a big – I mean, Now
A very limited offense already.
Losing him, but you give Andy Reid another week. He's probably got some dude on a practice squad that's like Xavier Worthy's clone that he could plug in. But I just don't see them overcoming that Xavier Worthy this soon. I've got to take Philly here.
All right, last game, Sunday night. Houston at Tampa Bay.
Two teams I like.
Two teams I don't give a damn about.
And I'm right in the middle. I like Tampa, and I could care less about Houston. So
I've always liked Houston's gear. I just love their colors when they wear the navy blue and the red.
I like that too. I like
their
navy
original
blue and
uniforms.
red.
I don't like where they wear those baby blues bullshit. I like the traditional stuff. You got Josh Allen throwing shuffle passes.
I tried to talk to when we first started the Blitz. I tried to talk to my buddy Barry and Charlie into doing the navy blue and red. I like the navy blue and red.
I do too. I think it looks good.
Yeah, I do too.
But Baker Mayfield, C.J. Stroud, it's at Houston. Houston defense looked good today, holding the Rams to 14 points.
Tampa,
I still with Charlie's new favorite player, Egbuka from the Bucks, catching game-winning TDs today. I'm going to take Tampa here. I think it's just too much offense for Houston, and I just don't think they can keep up. So I'm going Buccaneers, baby.
I'm high on Tampa this year, and I still think they'll have a really good year. But I'll be honest with you, the game between the Rams and Houston today was a big-time game because I think both those teams are really good this year. Houston was supposed to have that monster year after they finished the year before really strong, and they had a lot of injuries, but they really had a strong finish of the season. They were looking legit again at the end. So I'm going to play that same energy, and I'm going to think that Houston's a really good team. I think they got beat by a really good ball club today. So I'm going to go Houston.
Okay.
Looking, kind of digging through the little box score and the stats, doesn't look like they played great today.
Baker was struggling earlier. I lost Liam Cohen.
He only had 167 yards. He did have 3 touchdowns, but he was 17 for 32 for 167 yards. It looks like they didn't even rush for 100 yards. If they did, I'm looking at the box score, not the team stats, but Baker was their leading rusher with 39 yards.
Wow.
Bucky Irvin had 37. I don't even think you got the best effort out of Tampa today. At Atlanta, tough road division game to start. Now they got to go on the road to Houston, not a division game, but another tough matchup. This is kind of like the last game for me. Something's telling me to take Houston, but I'm riding Tampa Bay. I don't think we saw the best out of Tampa Bay this week. They still got a tough road win in the division to start the season. I think they go to Houston and get a win
minus
too.
4. What is it? I don't know. I'm guessing. Might be somewhere.
It can't be that high. I'll say 3.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it here.
2.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Wow. I thought people thought a little bit more of Houston. I guess people should. I'm high on Tampa too, though, so I can't say nothing.
That's the Monday night game because there's 2 Monday night games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Vikings and the Falcons are Sunday night, Monday night, and you got Chargers Raiders at 10 o'clock.
That means they think that Tampa's better because they usually say home field's worth at least 3 points. So maybe Houston losing today didn't help that though.
Right.
But I think I really am high on the Rams, so I guess that's where my value is in them.
So who you got?
I think Houston. I actually kind of like the bet a lot. And I like Tampa, but I'm really high on Houston. I think they got a good team.
Game I don't touch really.
I got you.
You pick Houston too?
No, I got Tampa.
You pick Tampa?
It's a game I don't know if I'd bet on. I just think it's just too close. I don't know enough about each team yet to really make a way.
I'd say this. I didn't like Houston. Just wasn't into them. But sometimes teams just win you over. And I love the way they finished the year before. I like what C.J. Stroud was doing. Then they got injured. And then as soon as they start getting healthy, dude, they got freaking really good at the end of the year. And I think nothing away from the Rams game. It was a dogfight today. And I think really highly of the Rams. So that's where my opinion of Houston's really high.
All right. Well, that does it for the NFL this week. Hopefully, by the time we get back here next week, the Dolphins will have a new coach and quarterback.
Don't overreact.
Yes, Anthony Richards could be your new quarterback.
I'll take Anthony Richards. I just don't want Anthony Richardson. So whoever Anthony Richards is, I'll take that guy.
What was the Dolphins' name in Ace Ventura? Pet Detective. What was his name? Snowflake. That's kind of what they are, snowflakes.
They're definitely snowflakes. That's perfect. That's perfect. Bring back Dan Marino. All right, back to college football. Clemson at Georgia Tech. Who wants to go first?
I will. Clemson all day. I think they
all
win that
day.
game. All day. I think they win that game pretty strong.
Josh?
I think if the 12 fans can show up for Georgia Tech and really root
The
hard,
Rambling Wreck, if I'm right on that.
the
12.
12th, they don't have the 13th man. They got like the 12th and 3/4 man.
They're the Yellow Jackets, but
If
they
the
come
yellow-
out.
yeah.
They come out in the old school car, like the Rambling Wreck.
But I really like Georgia Tech in this. I haven't been impressed with Clemson these last 2 weeks. I'm going Georgia Tech to pull the upset here. 12 o'clock. Clemson's going to be kind of lazy. Georgia Tech comes fired up, beats the Tigers.
What's the spread in that one? Have we seen?
6.5.
6.5. I'm going to take Clemson, even though I do think there is a little bit of worries about them. I am very reluctant to pick them because I think Georgia Tech is good. I think their expectations are a little bit maybe higher than they probably should be, but I do think they've got a decent team, a veteran quarterback, and I think their fans and their locker room probably has high expectations, and it starts with winning this game. So I'll probably be cheering for Georgia Tech in this game, but I'm going to take Clemson for the pick. All right, next game, Wisconsin at Alabama. Give me Alabama big.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll
Big.
Tide. Kellen DeBoer for president. He's back, baby.
He's back.
Roll
He's
damn
back.
Tide. I think it's Bama big. I think
Bama rolls. Going to send them Northerners back up to the north.
I like Bama big here for sure.
Me too.
We love.
Lock it up.
We're
Lock
hi-
it up.
Boys, we're
Bama big.
We're hillbillies.
Blitz
we ain't
the-
picking Wisconsin over Bama. That's the pride of the South.
Blitz the bookie lock of the week. Bama over Wisconsin. What's the spread?
18.5.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's a lot. Lock it up. Lock it, sock it, and whatever you want to do. Bama's
Rockin' sock 'em
rolling.
robots. Let's go.
Rolling Wisconsin.
How does
Just
Baltimore's
boring.
players get so open, dude? I guess
They're running wild here.
they are.
All right, Arkansas at Ole Miss. If Anthony had a third team, it would be the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Mhm. My boy Cal's there. My boys Bobby Petrino's
Look at
there.
that,
Pelfrey
gosh.
used to coach there. Call
Nolan-
in the Hogs,
Nolan
baby.
Richardson.
Shoo!
You taking Arkansas?
Who they playing? I like Arkansas.
Ole Miss.
At Ole Miss.
At
Nah,
Ole
I
Miss.
want Ole Miss to be good. Too bad. I got to go Ole Miss.
You don't have to think. Ole Miss is good. They're a good team.
Yeah, I want.
And
them
I
to be
think they're
good.
on a little mission this year.
Yeah, Ole Miss.
I'm taking Ole Miss too.
I do
haven't-
think if Ole Miss wants to beat them, they're going to score points though, because I do think Arkansas will put up points.
Who you got, Josh?
Don't take my pick. Don't bet this pick because this is just the angle I'm taking all year. I want Arkansas to beat Ole Miss so that they're ranked when they're playing Notre Dame, and I can say Razorbacks beat the Irish.
You know, if you
So go Arkansas, be good. That way, in a few weeks when you play Notre Dame, I can be doing the pig call.
It always comes back to Notre Dame
It
with
does.
Josh.
I'm staying.
He's got a deep.
I'm gonna
hate
find
for
that guy
those
on
kids.
TikTok.
Who's that?
what a
I can't
catch!
remember
What
his
a
name. But I'll find
catch!
him. You gotta call me a hillbilly.
Oh yeah,
So
We are
it's for you.
hillbillies.
we are.
I'm owning it now, and I'm gonna own my hate for
That
Notre
was a
Dame.
catch, guys, for Baltimore.
Arkansas, baby.
One-handed catch.
What a grab!
My grandfather used to take me to the SEC tournament every year, and Arkansas was our big rival at the time. You know, Nolan Richardson, 40 Minutes of Hell. And my grandfather, he was old school guy, old Marine guy, and him and his buddy would take me, and that's when I used to call Catlanta. And Arkansas was our big rival, and they get up there and call the Hogs. I heard you say it, so
Yeah.
I know you know what it is. But they go, shoo. I mean, dude, it's some redneck shit.
I might
But,
bring,
hey,
a, pig
the
in.
whole-
I might bring a pig in here.
All right, their whole crowd does it. It's like that's their thing, okay? And my grandfather is a little like soft ass guy in front of him, had the pom pom up. My grandpa told him he's gonna shove that pom pom up his ass. My papa was like 70 years old, so this dude was like 30. My papa was daring him out to freaking.
That was the old man, DeAndre Hopkins.
Told y'all was making fun of me
I
when I
was.
said they added him. Look at him playing like a 23-year-old.
The best catch he's made in 7 years.
Probably.
All right,
But here he
Florida at LSU. Do it, Anthony. Do it. Do it.
I'll take him, Florida Gators.
Oh,
I'll take it.
Florida. He's doing it.
I'll take him.
Lagway comes back.
We're just
I'm-
picking games.
I'm taking
We're doing it
LSU.
for fun.
I'm taking out. No, this is on record. These records
They
count.
on record. I
Whoever
bet
has
my
the-
games.
whoever
I'm
has
getting them
the-
at 9.5.
Whoever has the worst record at the end of the year gets a punch.
So, well, if that's the point, I'll take every favorite of the year. If we want to
Go
play
for
that
it.
game,
Go ahead, Charlie.
I got LSU.
Do you?
I got LSU. Nussmeier.
I'm not chalky.
Over
dude.
Lagway.
I always pick up sets.
I wouldn't be surprised if Florida keeps this close, but I think LSU is just too much. I like this to be a close game, and I think that 9.5 is a little high. I think it's a little bit of overreaction from Vegas. So let's hope Lagway gets better. Maybe give us a good game on a Saturday night, but I think LSU wins.
Who wins a fight between a tiger and a gator? Depends where it is. Or
Yeah, I mean, definitely going. If they're near water, the tiger
Tigers
could be
can
in
swim.
trouble.
Tigers swim. They hunt
Yeah,
in the water.
but
They're wild.
you got to keep his mouth down.
I
I
don't
know
know
a
if they can
gator,
fight
like
in
if
the
you get his
water.
mouth down, you just can put a rubber band around it. But when it's you're
put a
in that
rubber
shit,
band
you're
around
in. No, seriously, like they hold their mouths. They have no.
Right, yeah, they
They
can't.
have no muscle lifting.
Yeah.
But when that some bitch closes, you don't want to be in there.
No, they don't have no muscles on either one of the top or the bottom. On one of them they do. On the other one they
Okay,
don't.
is that what it is?
You can
That's
hold
why
them.
they say. I think it's the bottom. Like all you got to do is just. I don't even think you got to put nothing on the top.
Nah,
All
you got to
gotta-
put something on the
Okay.
top. You got to put something on the
Josh
top.
said he ain't going with that no shit on the top.
You've done it before.
I've seen it enough. I watch Gator Boys on Animal Planet.
Hey, Gator boys don't have shit on my boy Steve Irwin, son. That dude was the real deal.
He
said,
lost to a Stingray.
He said-
did lose.
he said,
He beat all the Gators, but he could not beat the
Black
Stingray.
Mambas, everything. Well, they said the odds of him losing to the Stingray when he handled what he handled was astronomical. His kid be out there with him. He said, I got a Black Mamba, the most poisonous snake in the world.
That's the
Thing
most
just
sugar-
snapping at his face 2 inches away. That dude was, I've read a thing on him. He was the real deal, dude.
Oh, he was.
He wasn't no fake. A lot of those guys are fake, and they got people there. He
R.I.P.
wouldn't let it have like nobody with guns or anything around him. A lot of those guys have guns around them and stuff. That dude was the real deal. His kid's doing something now.
All right, A&M, Texas A&M at Notre Dame. Josh, you start this one off.
Texas
we
A&M,
know
all
where
I'm-
you're
all-
going.
All I'm saying is Texas A&M. I do like CJ Carr. I dude's nice.
He is good.
But
He is.
Notre Dame playing an SEC opponent. They couldn't handle an ACC opponent. Texas A&M all day.
Anthony?
I was really impressed with Notre Dame even in their loss. I thought they made a late decision to start to get pressure on back in the second half. Should have done that in the first half. And I was impressed with Carr. You know, I'm not saying he's a superstar yet, but I like him. I was really impressed with Ruben Bain from Miami and their offensive line, how they were able to protect. But I really liked how Notre Dame fought back in that game. I feel like they had all the momentum at the end. It was one of them plays where they let them push the pile forward at the end of that game. It was with that play that I don't like. That's the biggest bullshit play in college football, or Notre Dame would have had a chance to get that ball back. But I go back to what Dan Devine said, and he says, nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. And Texas A&M ain't going into South Bend. They ain't going to do it. No way.
You got
Go
Notre
Irish.
Dame?
Go Irish.
Texas A&M has not been tested yet. Notre Dame has, and they're coming off of a bye week. They better be prepared.
What do we think that spread would be guessing? No, I'm going to say Notre Dame 4 or 5.
6.5.
Okay.
All right, game of the week. The Georgia Bulldogs traveling to Knoxville to play the dirty, dirty Tennessee Volunteers.
Not a far drive. Dogs versus dogs. Smokey versus what's the Ugga versus Smokey.
Well, I'll start this one off. Y'all know I love Kirby. I'm riding Georgia this year. You're not going to see me pick Tennessee very often, and it ain't going to start this week. Give me the dogs. How do they say it?
Go dogs.
Go dogs. Then what do they say?
You got to practice that.
I don't know. I don't watch it.
Go dogs.
What's the one where they say, suck this tiger dick, bitch? You know what I'm talking about? Who is that? That's Clemson?
Oh,
Is that Clemson?
LSU.
I was just,
is it LSU?
oh, I think it might be LSU.
Clemson don't say that shit. That sounds like some Louisiana shit.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
though,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Georgia. Give me the dogs.
Let me,
Josh, who you got?
Oh,
he's pulling out the dip.
Oh,
You ain't
shit.
about to throw in a dip, are you?
It could be either one. Which one is it?
No, they dip in Tennessee. You going with Tennessee in the upset here? Oh, he's throwing in a dip.
Got that hog in me, boys.
Oh, he's
I'm
throwing.
going with them rednecks. Tennessee Volunteers on them dogs.
It's going to be Rocky
Let's
Top
go.
all night
Shit.
long, baby.
Let's go.
Down on Tennessee River, Kirby Smart's going to go back with an ass.
Hey, moon pies were invented in Tennessee.
Down on Rocky
and
Top.
Josh loves
Rocky
moon
Top,
pies. I think
Tennessee.
it's probably why he actually
Roll
picked them.
balls.
Can you dip and eat a moon pie at the same time?
First time I dipped, I got dog sick. Had to go home that night. I was 18 years old.
Hey,
went
who'd
out
you
on a
pick?
Friday night and got sick. Rocky Top all night, baby.
Yeah, right, but give him the dip.
Okay, you see. It won't happen. You keep that in your pocket.
You better dip.
I did it one time in my life and got dog sick, son. Like, talking about the dogs, I got
You
dog
taking
sick.
them? You better throw that
Rocky,
dip in.
You better shove that dip in his pocket.
You better throw that. Get you a moon pie then.
Yeah, I eat a moon pie.
Man, you really are going with Tennessee?
I'm going with Tennessee.
Man,
Wow.
you're crazy.
Hey, we need to end this show. I'm about to throw up.
Rocky Top all night long.
Hey, we got to end the show. Come on. Hey, get us out of here, Winkle.
Hey,
Come on. I'm getting dizzy.
Go.
Oh,
Go.
God.
Go. He dipped and ate a moon pie.
I told you. Don't do that shit. I
Hey,
make you sick.
Peaches and Coke, baby. Coke, invented in Atlanta, I think.
That's what Coca-Cola is in Atlanta, baby.
They should make peach-flavored Coke.
Ted Turner.
What is that?
It's a sour
That's a
ass
fucking
peach.
apple. It's really a peach, but that is a terrible. Maybe I will go with Tennessee. That peach is no good. The Coke.
Let me ask you this. Do they tear the goalpost down and go into the Tennessee River?
All right. 2 Tennessees, 1 Georgia. I can't believe Anthony went against Georgia.
I just think it's going to be a rocking night, dude. I talked about that shit earlier, and I'm ready to see it.
Josh is throwing up. Guys, that does it for the first half of the show. Catch us right back on the right side of Kentucky Sports. Blitz the Bookie.
See ya.
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Late nights, hustle deals on the line. Charlie Stats, he's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. Bond you'll find. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drum.